This is Meena Puri. I'm the founder of Ayurveda Healing Center and Inner Compass Club, your online portal for learning, evolution, healing, and growth. So today I come to you with a personal story of transformation, and I want to dissect it a little bit so you can benefit from my learning and my experience. Many times when I go through my own personal challenges, I don't tend to talk during or share during the time that I am going through the challenge, simply because I need the time to dissect, to understand, to connect the dots, to integrate, and then to come on the other side of it. So I tend to come afterwards so I can share the wisdom and the teachings from my personal experience with you so it can help you somewhere along your path of healing journey. So I have talked about briefly, looking for an attorney or some online scam. Not so much, but just a little bit because I did need some, legal help. On the Facebook, you may or may not know about it. So I was subjected to an online money scam. And then if that was not enough, then another business scam that actually was happening right under my eyes, it became, the light was shed on the full moon day in this April. And, with the energies are very intense and they're highly shifting, and I am not kidding. So anyways, when I realized what was happening, it was a shock, but I knew, but this was kind of building. So I realized that I did not want to be a part of it at all. So what I asked for is that there be no fear. And that's what got transformed. So I will share bit by bit. When I experienced this, obviously my question always is, okay, why in the world did you draw this to you? How did you create this experience for you? So the answer was that is because I have somewhere in my subconscious victim energy. Everyone, as my teacher once told me, everyone comes into this planet, into this life with a little dollop of victim energy, fear-based energy. These energies are old, sticky, stubborn, and they show up. Of course, consciously, I do never feel myself as a victim, but it's in the subconscious because there's no other way for this experience to come to me and for me to be totally blinded to it. And then I thought, why do you have this energy? I mean, why do you have this energy? Why do you want to be a victim? I asked my higher self, why do you want to be a victim? Is it to draw attention? Is it to be recognized? So I don't know what the answer is, but I did ask the question. But I think the answer that I got is being a victim many times happens when we trust blindly. So, and that is something I do. I trust blindly. And also, why is there this trust blindly? Do I have rose-colored glasses that I put on so I don't see the reality? Is the reality too painful? Am I in denial? So the answer could be a bunch of different things. So these are the questions that you can ask yourself as to anytime you are going through a difficult experience that you consciously don't understand why. It's time to ask those bigger questions so you can become conscious. And that's how we protect ourselves, we elevate ourselves, we increase the frequency of our energy so we attract to ourselves better and better experiences. So, and the second thing that I want to bring about is many, actually all the time, but why people who are victimized with anything, they tend to stay quiet because they get further victimized, and our systems in place are not protecting the victims. They are protecting the ones who has mighty power, which is money. So, and as I felt that little bit of fear inside of me, and then I asked, on the May new moon, which I think was yesterday or 2 days ago, it's like I had this feeling that the fear needs to go. It needs to be replaced with love. Whatever the little fear is left, it needs to go. It needs to go. And this is exactly what happened. So as I was preparing all the legal docs, and I just bunched them together and I put them in front of my altar, and I had a conversation with God. And I said, I'm offering this to you. Please bless this situation and make it painless, make it easy, make it no struggle. Let the best outcome for me happen and for everyone else involved. And I went on doing, my things. And all of a sudden, I felt this big surge of personal power, strength, and courage come upon me. And all the things that I have been kind of putting a lid on because I didn't know what to do with this information, they all just came forth. So staying away all night, trying to think about how to formulate them and how to communicate it with them, with the perpetrator. And I never, I never just look at the surge of energy and I just react. I sit with it. So after sitting with it for a long time, it didn't stop. And I knew, and I felt so steady and strong and in my power. And I thought, why am I afraid? It's the conditioning, right? Don't make waves, stay quiet. Otherwise, they'll do other things to scare you. And I'm like, no way at all. People who actually victimize you, they're the biggest cowards. So when I really felt strong in my power, I laid it all out. And what I needed to do was done. Zero fear. So that was a transformation that happened. So this is the unconditioning. This is the unconditioning. And we all want to be free. Unless we stand strong in our own truth, we can't be free. We cannot be free unless we don't stand for ourselves and stand for our own truth. So that's where the freedom comes from. And our strength really comes from knowing the truth. The only fear should be the fear of wrongdoing and ill intention towards another. Other than that, there should be no fear. When we keep quiet, we give the fear more power. And the evil or the bad forces in the world do not go away because they're banking on making you fearful and keeping you stuck, keeping you suppressed. Ask for that transformation. Ask that your fear be replaced by love for yourself. Love for yourself is because you have love for others. One person taking a stand against a wrongdoing, it gives strength to everyone else around you. And that's how we change the world. So who has experienced fear? All of us have, because it's the oldest energy, and this is the energy that is used to manipulate, to deceive, to pull a wool over your eyes, to blindside you. And it's the same fear that keeps the victims be the victims for the rest of their lives. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Peace is overrated if the cost is your own personal power and your own personal self, your own personal being. Peace is overrated. Nobody wants to cause, chaos for nothing. But sometimes we have to raise our voice, we have to take a stand, even if it means causing a ripple, cause a ripple. That's how we change the world. So that's my personal story I wanted to share with you. And so for you, the question always is, where in your life do you feel fear? Who do you feel fearful of? Connect with your truth and learn how to use the language to speak your truth. As I'm talking, as you know, that I just show up, and this is not scripted. As I'm talking, it's so funny because so much of my second book talks about 6 steps to emotional freedom. Is really the 6 steps of shifting from fear to a love-based realm. I'm just connecting that now. And this exactly is what happened. The whole process happened inside of me without me even knowing I was using the process. Okay. If we can overcome even a little portion of our fear, it will improve our health this much. Where does anxiety come from? Fear of the unknown, fear of waiting for the other shoe to drop, fear of someone hurting us, fear of something going wrong, right? And when anxiety is left unattended, it leads to all kinds of mental and emotional health disorders, eventually shows up as physical symptoms, and then we are left in the pathway of the medical world, which is just a slippery slope, then going downhill. If you can avoid going down that way, then the prevention and cure is heal your fear, heal your emotions. So I will put a link at some point after this. I am booked in appointments. I will put a link at some point today or tomorrow underneath the video for my book and the little video that you can watch, how to transform fear into love. My Inner Compass Club membership, because that is what I talk about in detail, all the 6 steps. And so you can take a look. And another thing that comes to my mind, when I was talking about trust, inherent in trust, when we blindly trust, inherent in that blind trust, there is that little bit of denial. I found that either it hurts us so much to know the truth, or we feel we cannot deal with the truth, or we just are so insistent on seeing the good. And all of these are good things. But what I learned is discernment. I talked about in one of my other videos, is a really, really good quality to cultivate. Discerning, taking precaution, asking someone else for advice, someone you trust, running something by somebody else, because sometimes when we are too close in the situation, we cannot see. And so what I also, the visual that comes up, when my son was little in high school, and I would know everything, and he would be shocked saying, "Mom, do you have eyes in the back of your head? How do you know?" And the truth is, I had the eyes in the back of my head for my kid because I was trying to protect him. But somewhere along the line, us moms, we forget to protect ourselves. So I asked my higher self to put those eyes back in the back of my head and all around me, so I really see clearly. So I am not manipulated, deceived, or victimized again. So don't be afraid to see. And here's another truth. It doesn't matter how much healing work we have done. All of us have a shadow side. All of us have a shadow side, a blind spot. That's why I always say it's good to fall flat on your face once in a while. So, for a personal check. So for you to take a personal check. So this was me falling flat on my face because I trusted blindly. I just trusted. I didn't know how to trust. And also another thing, inherent in trust is we trust the ones that we know or we believe we know. And actually, those are the ones who deceive you because they know you, because they're banking on your blind trust to pull a fast one over your eyes, right? So this is not meant to scare you, but this is meant for you to get really real, right? Trust, by all means, trust the bigger picture. By all means, trust people, because I am not, I can't live my life always looking over my shoulder. I just can't. But protecting yourself, just like you protect your children because you love them, you can love yourself that way and just be cautious. Just ask a bit more questions. Just take time to think through. Ask somebody else's opinion, someone you trust. That's it, right? And with that doing, you will actually elevate your vibration. The victim energy will be transmuted into the victor energy, into fear, into love, so that you no longer will attract a perpetrator or deception in your experience. So I hope my broken speaking here and there, because I'm trying to formulate, this is very fresh, formulate my thoughts as I am trying to share them with you. Ask yourself, where are you feeling fearful? Being fearful, it actually eats away at you. When I let go, I felt this transformation within me. It gives you so much energy to do everything, to do so much with your life. Worry, fear really eat away at us, and we don't even realize. Subconsciously, they eat away at us. So we want to transform them, transform that energy into its highest expression, which is love. So do take a look at the links, which I will be posting sometime, if not today, then tomorrow. I'll try to get to it today. There's free video for you to watch that you can watch. You can get the copy of my second book from Amazon or a digital copy on my website. And if you want to become a member of the Inner Compass Club, I talk about in detail, but in small video teachings, that's 6 steps. And then I talk about that in the context of relationship, and that information, I'm continuously adding more material. It's very small fee. For that, you have access to the teachings as long as you want them. Okay, so I'll put that link. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, if you got something out of it, I would love to see a comment or a like, or just some engagement. So it's always good to get some feedback, because we're living in this online world and it's hard to know. I mean, am I speaking into a black screen or, blank screen, or is there someone watching? So I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys. My really work is to use my healing processes, use my life experiences, along with my, a ton of training, to benefit you, so I can spare you so I can warn you, so I can help you. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, that's the most transformation in the shortest period of time that you can achieve. I am taking in new clients for the summer months. I'll post that link in the video as well. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.